Hi, everyone. I am Lydia Alugo. Today, we're going to be working on the medium part of the SAT. Last time we worked on the easy section. Today, we're going to be working on the medium part of the SAT questions. Just for some quick references, my goal from these YouTube videos is to gauge your your connection to actually get better with learning how to do certain questions on the SAT and just getting used to it overall at the end of the day. So we're just going to share my screen now. We're going to prepare. We're going to do some questions. And my goal is to at least get through at least 10 to 20 questions with you guys today. And if all possibilities, I can do as much as possible. So for the math, we're going to do just medium, like I said. We're going to do all the domains: algebra, geometry, and trigonometry, advanced math, problem solving, and data analysis. Difficulty medium, sources, the SAT question banks, the Miyagi, and all from Blue Book and from different areas. All right, let's begin practicing quickly. Okay, let's read the problem shown. I'll give you guys a quick second to read the problem. You guys can read it really quickly. So I'm just going to give you, like I said, about like 10 seconds. Okay, so the question says a scientist is studying how quickly a heated metal cools. The temperature T in Fahrenheit, which is F, in Fahrenheit after M minutes is modeled by T equals 22 plus ATE to the power of negative 0.05 M, where 22 Fahrenheit is the ambient temperature, which is the ambient temperature. Which of the following expressions correctly represents M in the terms of T? Okay, so this is kind of a little like those little complicated things because we want to isolate a few exponential variables over here. So we're given the equation T equals 22 plus 80E squared to the negative 0.05 M. So the given equation, we would like to subtract 22 from both sides. So we subtract 22 from both sides. We're going to go T minus 22 equals 80. I hope my handwriting is not as horrible as it is because I am on a PC, which is really quite difficult to write anything on there. So bear with me. So we're gonna do it like this. Okay. 0.0 and then 0.5 right here. Okay, after we have that, we want to isolate that exponential function. So now we want to divide both sides by 80. So now we're going to have the equation T minus 22 divided by 80. And we're going to divide it by E, which is E to negative 0.5 M. Okay, so now we're going to use a natural logarithm. I hope you guys know which one is that, which is L of N. Let's literally just L of N. L of N equals parentheses T minus 22 over 80 equals L of N E negative 0.05 M. Okay, so now we're going to bring this down automatically. So L of N parentheses T equal overall the negative 0.05 M. Okay, now we're going to solve for M. And when we're solving for M, we just have to note that negative 0.05 means negative 5 over 100 or negative 1 over 20. So if we're dividing by negative 0.05, it's the same as multiplying by negative 20. So your answer would be this. Just to make life easier, it takes a little bit of a minute to get used to it. So just take your time, actually learn how to do it before you jump into anything. But remember, for equations like this, you just want to make it as easy as possible for you. You don't want to complicate it too much. Remember that on the SAT. Okay, so we want to say our answer. So our answer is, let's quickly get out the annotations for Zoom. So our answer is A. So let's see if we're correct. We're correct. Perfect. Nice. Like we said, we wanted to divide both sides. Great, great, great. Next question. I'll give you guys at least 10 seconds for this one to really think about it. Okay. The question states, a storage tank is gradually being emptied by a control valve. The volume of the liquid in gallons remaining in the tank at the time t, remember t is minutes, after the valve open is modeled by the equation V equals 300 minus 15t. What is the best interpretation of the t-intercept of this graph in the context of the problem? Okay, let's look at the our given responses and see which one we can determine which one by that. A, the tank will be completely emptied after 20 minutes. B, the liquid is draining from the tank at a rate of 15 gallons per minute. B, the tank initially contained 300 gallons of liquids. D, the flow rate of the liquid is increasing as time passes. Okay, usually I would make a random joke when I see flow, because you have to flow a little bit. I hope you guys get it, because I might be just really not a funny person. I apologize. So for this one, we want to see what the best interpretation of the t-intercept. The t-intercept, if people know what this is, for the t-intercept is what we want is the point where the graph crosses that t-axis. At this point, the value of the vertical axis, which is V right here, is 0. So if V is at 0, we want the equation to be V. So 0 equals 300 minus 15t. Okay, so for people who understand how to do this, now you actually understand what to do. All you have to do now is really go 15t equals 15t equals 300. At this moment, you'll be dividing 15 on both sides. 15, which these cancel out. So that would be t equals 300 divided by 15, which would equal 20. By the way, on the actual SAT, you will have a calculator. So you don't have to mentally do anything for this. So our answer for this will be 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, the tank will be completely empty. So right now, with our given responses, the answer relatively is A. So let's see if we're correct on that. Let's see if A is correct. Let's quickly clear all the drawings. Let's see. A is correct. Perfect. Next question. Wow. Okay. In the triangle, I'm going to give you guys at least 10 seconds before I start talking again. Okay. I think I gave you 10 seconds. 10 seconds is good. So what kind of triangle is this? That's what we really want to look for. So in the triangle shown, what is the value of x? For most people, now the first thing we want to do is literally identify what kind of triangle this is overall. So the two sides with the length of 32 are the legs, or also known as the base and height. And the triangle side labeled as x will be a hypotenuse. For most people, now you can get it. This is applying the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Since we have this laid out, it's going to be 32 squared plus, oh, whoa, sorry, told you school. Oh, my gooseness. Apologies. Okay, 32 squared plus another 32 squared equals sx squared. All right. So we can guess from this mental math and using the calculator in general. 32 squared equals 1,000 1,020 1,024 1,024. So now if we add those two together, so 32 squared 1,024, 32 squared 1,024, we're gonna go. That would be a total of 2,048 equals x squared. So now we're gonna have to solve for x. When we solve for x, now we're just looking for the square root of x. So that would be x equals 2,048. Which will go down for us would be 30, 32, 32 square root of 2. And the decimal value for that is approximately around 45.25. I don't know by heart. I know I remember like solving this a little bit later in the day, but it's around 45.25. So we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try the 32 squared, the square root of 2, or let's see if they're actually give us an option to put the square root under. Let's see. Okay. Let's say 30. Okay, let's do the 45. Or actually, let's use a calculator to make sure that I'm rounding up to the correct area. So we're gonna have 32 square root. And nope, I'm correct. 45.25. Let's see, that's correct. Oh, incorrect. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Okay. Realistically, okay, we weren't really incorrect. The correct answer is 45. I just put the extra 2 5 in there. So to me, I consider that as a correct in a way. But to me, we have the correct answer. We're gonna put as 45 just because. But to me, I guarantee myself saying that's perfectly a good score. So let's like on the actual SAT, it's not gonna really affect you unless it specifies rounding. Maybe I read it wrong and I didn't, because I think we didn't see anything with rounding on there. But this is the next equation. Take your time, look at this, and we're gonna start solving this one as well. Okay. A landscape architect is designing a garden bed in the shape of a rectangular prism that is measured 8 meters in length and 3 meters in width and 1.5 meters in depth. To incorporate a water feature, a small rectangular section with dimensions of 2 meters by 1.5 meters, extending the full depth of the garden, will be removed from the bed. What is the resulting volumes in cubic meters of the garden after the water bed is subtracted? Now we have to express our answer in the decimal in the nearest tens. I'll give you guys at least 2 minutes, or like at least 10 to 20 seconds to solve this. 2 minutes will be my total to get this done in under 2 minutes. So we're gonna see. Just take your time. 10 seconds. Okay, I think I gave you guys enough time. So when we're looking for volume equals length times W, which is our width, times the depth. Okay, so we were given 8 meters in length, 3 meters in width, and 1.5 meters in depth. So in that way, if we just multiply 8 times 3 times 1.5, that would give us 36 meters squared. 36 oh sorry, 36 m cubed. Sorry, that's 36 m cubed. So now we have to calculate the volume of the section that needs to be removed. So our length to subscript 2 equals 2m. Okay. And then the length of the width will be 1.5 and the depth will be 1.5. The reason why I'm saying it is because it's going to be the same length as the garden. The depth will be same as a garden. So we multiply 2 times 1.5. So let's go 2 times 1.5 times another 1.5. That would give us 4.5 m cubed, right? So now we have to subtract this one, our 36 m cubed and our 4.5 m cubed. So subtracting those two gives us a total of 31.5 m3. That's m cubed. So let's plug that in. Let's see if we are correct. Let's see if overall that I actually answered this one correctly too. Unless they force me to round. Oh, okay, perfect. We didn't have to round on this one, so good job, guys. Okay, let's go on to the next question. I really hope you guys are seeing my screen because I don't know. Okay, I think you guys can. Yeah, it's great. All right, next question. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys at least 10 seconds on this one too, just to look at it, pause the video to solve, and tell me in the comments right now. Actually, tell me in the comments if you know what the answer is before we solve it. So I'm gonna give it until the 20-second mark hits over here. Okay. Consider the equation m parentheses 2 times 2x or 2x minus 4 parentheses minus 3 equals 4x plus n, where m and n are constant. If the equation has infinitely many solutions in x, what is the other pair of m and n? Okay. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to expand our equation. So the equation, we want to expand it to the left. So we would move it. So it would be 2mx minus 4m equals 4x plus n. That's when we expanded it. Now we want to set the coefficients equal. So 2m equals 4, negative 4m equals m. Those are equating x into this one is equating the x coefficient to the coefficient of x. This one is equating the constant term of negative 4 the constant terms. So now we want to solve for our answer. So we want to solve for m and m. So m equals 4 divided by 2. That would give us 2. I think I'm doing this wrong, actually. Let me see. Yeah, we'll be giving us 4 divided by 2 equals m. So to quickly do my blah 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 on this one really quickly. Well, to continue this, um, I think I'm doing this wrong. I think that's one of the biggest things about not knowing how to do a lot of things yet. But, but, okay. So I got m equals 2. And then if I did negative 4 times 2, it would equal n, which would give me a negative 8 equals n. So my order here from what I have is 2 to negative 8. But as we can see here, none of my answers are close to this. So this is one of those things that get you. So I'm going to erase this. We're going to start over and we're going to see where I messed up. We're going to see what area that I messed up. We're going to reread the equation because this is one of those things that affect you when you're doing a test like this. So, okay. So M equals, hmm, hmm. I actually don't know the answer to this one. If you were able to answer this question, please, unless I was doing it wrong, because I don't know per se for how this is going for me, but we have to see. We have to see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking very deep into it, but maybe I'm just doing it wrong. So I'm gonna do a different equation. I'm gonna do 2mx, right? Minus 4m minus 3 equals 4x plus n. Okay, that's my first equation. So we already know that 2m, the constant, we already have our constant of x will be 2m equals 4. I'm going to keep my answer. Yeah, m will always be 2. M is going to be 2. So we can cancel out the negatives at the bottom over here. We can cancel these ones out automatically. Okay. So I think we're going to solve for m in a way, n in a way that we go negative 4 times 2 minus 3 equals n. That would be negative 8. Oh, negative 8 minus 3 equals n. And that would give us negative 11. So I think it's 2 negative 11, which will be 8. We're going to try to see if that's correct because my last answer was 2 negative 8. So let's see, maybe if I'm wrong, which is acceptable. Being wrong is not a bad thing. It's just to see if you're trying your best or not. So let's see. I was correct. Okay, so they have the same exact thing. They got negative 8 as well, but I just messed up in the context of actually adding more to it. Okay, so definitely one of my biggest faults. Thank you everyone for watching the YouTube video today. As you can see, mistakes are okay when you're doing testing or when you're practicing for the SATs. On the SAT, take your time, relax, breathe. Don't worry about it. Good job, everyone. Thank you guys for watching the video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.